Hey guys, we all know what the real estate market looks like these days, right? Every house is getting 100 offers, they're selling for $100,000 over asking, and they're selling in days, if not hours. Well, that's not quite true in Edmonton, at least not just yet. My name is Brian Garside, and I'm a real estate agent here in Edmonton, Alberta with eXp Realty. And today we're going to be taking a look at what the market looks like in Edmonton from 2021 into 2022. Now, if you want to know what it's like to live, eat, sleep, play, and buy real estate in Edmonton, Alberta, then give this channel a subscribe so that you can know when we post more of these videos and so that other people can find this content as well. Let's dive right into the market. The first thing that we're going to be taking a look at is sales. Sales volume is up 20% from this time last year. And this is a trend that we've seen since really the spring market of 2021. We had a very hot market in 2021 in terms of sales volume. And since that spring, early summer, we have seen this number, this 20% sales increase pretty steadily. Now, if we take a look at pricing, we're going to be looking into three different categories. We're going to look at single family homes, we're going to be looking at duplexes and townhomes, and we're going to be looking at apartment style condos. We're going to start off with single family home, and we're going to look at the median price. I find that gives you a better picture of what the average home in a given area looks like. Just for those of you who might not know the difference quickly, average price, you take all the homes that have sold, you add their sales prices together, and you divide by the number of homes that have sold. The problem with this is that it can be skewed with an extreme on either side, right? So if you have a $3 million home that sells, well, that's going to skew the price towards that $3 million. So we're going to be looking at the median, which is you take both extremes and you count inwards until you find the middle. And I just find that gives you the best picture of what the average home looks like in any given market. So the median home price for a single family home right now is $419,000 in Edmonton. That's down a little bit since December, but we are up 6% year over year. So you can see that single family homes have steadily increased in price through 2021. If we look at townhomes and duplexes, the average is $368,000. This is up 10% year over year. So we can see that townhomes and duplexes have had a very strong 2021, and we're up 3% since December. We're already seeing those prices starting to increase. If we look at apartment style condos, right now the median price is $188,000. That's up 7% since December, but we had a really weak December. We want to look at the year over year since January of 2021, and we see that we're down 1.3%. The condo market in Edmonton has not seen the same growth, and it is a really tough condo market here in Edmonton right now. Now, if we look at the inventory here in Edmonton, we have just under 4,000 homes for sale in the Edmonton market. This means that if we stopped listing homes in Edmonton right now, that it'd take just under 4 months to sell all the inventory that we have. This is a low number, and we are in a seller's market. All right. Now, the last thing I wanted to look at is average days on market for monthly sales. So how long does it take the average home to sell in any of those three given categories? For single family, we're seeing that it takes 52 days on average to sell a home, and this is down from 58 this time last year. With duplexes and townhomes, we're seeing that we're down at 54 from 76 at this time last year. So for those two, we're seeing the same trends of growth and stronger markets in both of those areas, stronger for townhomes and duplexes. Now for apartment style condos, it's taking 76 days on average to sell compared to 72 this time last year. So we're seeing that condo market is continuing to decrease. We're having fewer sales and for lower prices. Now we're going to be taking a look at a few indicators of what might happen in the real estate market in 2022. Now, if anybody ever tells you they know what's going to happen in the market, they're lying to you. We never know when a worldwide pandemic might happen, when a boat might get stuck in a canal, or anything else that might affect real estate prices. But we do have some indicators that can give us hints of where the real estate market might go in the next few years. So the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is employment. Now, employment is at its highest level that we've had in quite a few years. In fact, in November of 2021, we added 9,700 jobs in Edmonton. We've also added over 69,000 jobs since November of 2020. Now, obviously, employment really took a hit in 2020 with the pandemic, but we are starting to see that rebound to higher levels than we've seen in years. Now, along those similar lines, we had very high unemployment rates in 2020. We've started to come down back to normal levels here in 2021, where the jobless rate was 11.5% in November of 2020, and it's come down to 7.6% in November of 2021, which is a little more normal numbers. Now, obviously, as you increase employment, we're going to decrease unemployment, right? The next thing we're going to be taking a look at is inflation. Now, I'm sure you've heard this all over the place, and I'm sure a lot of people on Facebook have thrown a lot of blame around, but we have really high inflation levels right now. Right now, we have 3.9% year over year from November 2020 to November 2021. What this means for you in the real estate market is that your dollars aren't going to go as far. It may take more money to purchase the same home now than it did 2 years ago. And the next thing we're going to be looking at is net migration here in Alberta. So migration to Alberta really stopped. It completely stopped in 2020 and hasn't had much migration since the beginning of 2020. Now, what has happened is that that's completely flipped the script towards the end of 2021. In fact, we saw just under 17,000 people move to Alberta in the tail end of 2021. Now, this is the highest that we've seen since 2014. And in fact, U-Haul recently released that Alberta is the hottest province to move to right now. So we're going to see a lot of people coming here from more expensive markets like Toronto and Vancouver. And then the last indicator that I wanted to take a look at is new home inventory. Now, we had sky-high levels of new home inventory in 2019, and that has completely fallen off towards the tail end of 2021. This has been caused by a lot of different factors, whether it be price of materials, price of labor, or supply chain issues. Builders are having a hard time completing those homes. Now, towards the end of 2021, we did start to see that number come up a little bit. This could just be that bottleneck of homes that wasn't quite built, and that we can see that they're going to start getting those homes finished and onto the market. Now, this isn't going to help the supply issue that we have here in Canada right now. In fact, right now in all of Canada, we have the lowest inventory of homes for sale that we've had in recorded history. This is going to be a trend that continues over the next few years where we don't have enough homes for the demand that we have. Now, the demand that we're seeing is because a lot of millennials are able to enter the housing market, and we're seeing a net migration to Canada. So we're seeing more demand come into the housing market than we have the supply to meet. Now, what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're looking to sell a house, this is great news. Obviously, you want to hear that prices are going up and that days on market are going down. If you're looking to sell a house in Edmonton, now might be the right time. I want you to reach out to me either on Instagram or shoot me a text or a call. Both that information is going to be down in the bio. And we can talk about how we can properly market your home to get it sold for top dollar in as little time as possible. If you're a buyer, you're probably thinking this isn't the right time to buy a home. Now, there's a saying that I hear almost every day, and it's never been truer than it is today, that you don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait. If you're always waiting for the next market drop or for a crash or a dip, you may be waiting forever. We never know when the real estate market is going to come down, and it might be a better idea to get into a home and start building equity. But it's going to take a real solid plan. If you want to buy a home, again, reach out to me so that you can find out what we need to do to get your offer accepted, to get you pre-approved, and get you into the right house so that you can start building equity in your home. Now, if you're an investor, I've had investors from Toronto, Vancouver, Hamilton, Calgary, and other markets reach out to me because even though we're seeing an increase in price in Edmonton, it's still the most affordable major market here in Canada, and it's a great place to invest in. Reach out to me again so that we can find you the best property that meets your numbers and your criteria. Now, maybe you're not interested in buying or selling a home just yet, but if you're interested in content like this or just knowing what it's like to eat, live, sleep, play, or buy real estate in Edmonton, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you can find out when we post more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.